The Spotlight brought to you by Beacon Plumbing.
Good evening and welcome to The Spotlight. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Rose. And tonight we're going to pay tribute to a hero.
It's just, they ain't even that. They like, okay, you're like, yeah, we know it's a problem. We not going that far out. They like, he's all the way out there. You know, they want to, they do their thing, and salute to them, man. Don't nobody owe me shit. But I'm just saying, do you notice it? I'm not saying nothing about them, because it's channels I don't shout out. I don't shout nobody out on this channel. But what I'm saying is, you notice that even the hard ones, they like, shit. That's a Irish. They like, shit.
Repeat offenders are running wild. The violence and disregard for the law is rampant, and the politics aren't protecting people like they're intended to. And innocent victims are being hurt and killed every week.
Wow.
And so people are also not looking at, we look at the lynching and castration of black men that took place in the 19th century, 20th century, after the emancipation of black people from enslavement, formal enslavement, that the lynching and castration of black men, and it would always be in association with the black man said something to a white woman. That happened to Emmett Till, 14-year-old Emmett Till. He said something to a white woman, and so therefore he was lynched. But this was happening every week. And people don't see the relationship between there was lynching during that period, and now we have black men being killed at will and stand your ground legislation. So what's the difference between a black man being hung in a tree and a black man or a black male person being shot down in the street in 2014? They both are dead. And they're being killed by people who classify themselves as white. And then when it goes into a courtroom seeking justice, people come out with justifiable homicide, and the white males are exonerated. In exactly the same way that they were exonerated when they would lynch or castrate a black man in earlier decades.
Wow. That will be our subject for tomorrow. Again, white male. He wrote a whole book about the massacre in Slocum, Texas. And interestingly, he starts his book with the definition for genocide before he even gets into what white people did in Texas. But exact same thing that you just heard from Dr. Welsing, where this happens, nobody gets punished, even sometimes gets celebrated. I wanted to ask, with all of the dialogue over the past week and what have you, I've heard a lot of black people criticizing and even name-calling some of the other black people who've been on television and how they have responded.
An innocent black man was shot down in the street, left lying in the street in daylight for a number of hours. The white male who committed this act was not arrested, was not charged with anything. And as a matter of fact, the white media is giving all kinds of reasons as to how he would be justified in engaging in that. And the Ku Klux Klan has been supporting him. And the white public has raised, almost $250,000 or something like that. Now, those are the basic facts. So black people's attention should be focused on what is the attitude on the part of people who classify themselves as white to the killing unjustified killing and murder of a black man. But just like people are afraid to talk about racism, I would say 80 to 90% of black people are fearful of talking about racism. And you don't hear any of the white people in the media going on extensively about a discussion about racism. Am I correct?
Absolutely. In fact, I have heard repeatedly people saying, and this is the exact way that they phrase it, they're talking about Ferguson, this is not about race. This is about justice. I've heard that on mainstream outlets, St. Louis outlets. I've heard it repeatedly over the past 2 weeks that this is not about racism.
Yeah, my bad. I keep forgetting. Let me see something, man. Let me just see this one. What is this? This is a shooting that happened. Where did this shoot down?
At the hospital.
Well, yeah, like, what the
God
fuck?
damn.
I'm trying to see something.
They're in the right place, I guess, right? Jesus
University
Christ.
Hospital boarded. Where was that?
Oh, there's no sound. Look, they're handcuffing this woman right here.
Oh, they handcuffing some females.
Look at those cops profiling that woman. God dang it.
Them hoes screaming too.
What the hell's going on? Why the fuck-
University Hospital Sunday morning. Wow, they doing the most.
And I just don't see how a cop could be racist. If I'm racist,
He's yawning. He's like, what the fuck?
I don't want to see a sun person if I'm racist. Didn't you want to be a cop? Like, you want to be around some people all day. Like, I just don't think they're racist. I think these cops aren't. They can't be racist, man.
My thing is 30% of them women got bonnets on.
Right. Oh, everyone I saw had a bonnet on. Like, I counted.
I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be nice.
She got a blonde weave, so that don't count. Blonde weave to her ankles and shit. What the fuck? But yeah, I don't
fucking
know.
Rapunzel.
It's fucking crazy. I'm talking about. We're talking about a really fucked up place, man. To stand with that. Here we go. Here goes the video right here. Let me. Oh shit! Damn. Oh, that's July 16th. You talking about July? Is that July 16, 2021? Is that what you talking about, CJ? CJ Supreme? CJ, are you there? Are you there? He must have left.
CJ Supreme going once, going twice.
Yeah.
So why you want to play that if it's from last year?
You hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah. You got a lot going on. You got a lot going on, man.
Nah, this supposed to be 2022.
Nah, that's 2021. The one you sent me, the one I just seen out in the back chat, it's from 2020. It's 2021. It's July.
If you type in the suspect shot injured at Galleria Mall, what I got right there, it'll take you to the one that happened just yesterday.
Okay.
You talking about South Carolina or where is this at?
Nah, it's Houston.
Houston. Okay.
Let me see. Let me go to the Let me see. Galleria Mall shooting yesterday. Dang. That Galleria Mall is dangerous.
Motherfucker.
Shit. Was that the Denny's parking lot? He was shooting in the Denny's parking lot. You know who that was. Yeah, Denny's, man. We supposed to
be in front of the Shake Shack.
Shake Shack.
Okay, I see it. All right, I see it.
Not the Shake Shack.
Son, man, busy, man. We listen, man.
That shit wild.
The fact that we get to peddle racism and peddle
the Shake Shack is a burger joint. They ain't like shaking no ass or nothing. It's, you know.
Let's see, folks with hand up. Commentary to share. Line should be open.
Would any females or ladies like to take the line first? Okay. Am I being heard first of all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good evening, Gus. Right poorly. We're all doing right poorly if we're a victim. I had a few statements I want to make and a few questions and just something to put out there into the universe. Maybe if Mr. H. Fox is listening, one thing I want to say is, how do we get access to the archives? I Googled to try to find some access to the archives, and there was 2 links that I found. It's archives.org, and I just wanted to know if there was another database where we could find archives and download them ourselves, because a lot of the ones that Mr. H. Fox uploads, like, I don't see those in any of the archives that I found. So I don't know if he has like the secret access code to the vault or something like that. So that's one thing. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. We also had May 25th, we also had a victim of white supremacy that was executed by race soldiers. His name was Deion Johnson. So there's been a lot of suspected racists out here protesting that as well. I did attend one protest the other day. There was a lot of kumbaya-ism going on. There was a lot of black people being overly emotional. I mean, understandable at this time. And there was an outstanding amount of whites that was attending, and there was a lot of religion talk going on. I probably only heard racism or white supremacy about twice. I was out there for about 5 or 6 hours. A lot of people kept talking about privilege, white privilege this, white privilege that. And, since listening to this program, that's one of those words that just make me cringe when I hear that, and hearing ignorance being associated with white racism. I want to know, King Gus and the callers, what do you guys think about all these companies submitting to saying something about the global racial injustices? Ben & Jerry's, I just saw something about Ben & Jerry's. They called out, they said it, I'll just read what they said. We must dismantle white supremacy. They didn't say white privilege, white fragility. They didn't use any of those euphemisms. They were one of the few companies that actually said white supremacy or racism. There were a few other luxury brand clothing designers that said something. But Ben & Jerry, they just, for lack of better terms, hit it right on the nail. Another question I would like to pose to the guest and to the host as well, because I've been seeing a lot of emphasis put on, we need to just vote, or Trump is the problem, we need to vote, we need to get him out, vote. It's the perfect time to vote, whatever. So I've been posing this question to a lot of people. I've been asking, can voting eliminate the system of racism and white supremacy? And that's an open-ended question for anybody who wants to answer that. Another one, why is it so much importance put on taking Trump out of office when racism, white supremacy was here before Trump? A lot of people are saying, Trump is the problem, but we've been dealing with racism, white supremacy for 400 years, and, Trump is only about 80-something years old, so I just don't understand why the emphasis is being put on him. He is a more overt racist, but, yeah. And the Norm Stamper. Okay, I messed up on that question. So yeah, appreciate all your efforts, Gus. You've been doing a good job. Appreciate you for the uploads, Mr. H. Fox. Rest in peace. Oh, y'all got 5 minutes?
I wasn't really looking at the timer like that, but yeah, proceed if you.
Okay.
Were you gonna?
Sir.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Belly Mujinga. Rest in peace to Deion Johnson. Rest in peace to George Floyd. Rest in peace to Kendrick Johnson. Rest in peace to Tamala Horsford. She was a black lady that went to a party at her white friend's house, quote unquote, in the infamous Forsyth County. She wound up dead. Nobody knows what happened. It was just case closed. Kendrick Johnson, he was a black teenager that was found rolled up in a mat with his organs missing in Valdosta, Georgia, as well. I mean, I'd take up the whole program if I was to be doing rest in peace. So, appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, Mr. H. Fox. Y'all stay positive, stay safe, stay alert, stay clean, stay sanitized.
For sure. Hope you washed your hands after and during the protest. If you were out there for 5 hours, that is a lot of time to be exposed to Phoenix cooties. Let's see. I'll give in a few quick answers and then I'll just hush so the other folks can share. In terms of the archives, there are a couple of archive.org sites with some of the older content. I call myself being really productive, and I got like at Black Talk Radio Network, I got like all of 2015 uploaded, so like everything at Black Talk Radio was current from 2015 forward, and then I was going to work on 2014, and COVID-19 hit, and then all this hit, and so I've been distracted. But Black Talk Radio Network does have, should have about the last 5 years or more, without any gaps. Like it should be seamless from 2015 forward. I'm working on restoring 2014, but that got greatly derailed on the back burner, as they say, after everything that took place beginning in March. Let's see. I'll post some of the other sites, archive sites online. Mr. H. Fox has done really extraordinary work in terms of just investing time and energy. Woof. And uploading a lot of content, especially older content from like 2009 to 2015, we'll say, and getting some of that material uploaded to YouTube. We have archives at SoundCloud as well. This archive from Dr. Welsing will be there at SoundCloud also. So there are a number of websites. It's such a volume of content at this point to try to get it all there chronological. That's the thing too. Sometimes it's important to kind of catch these chronological, the order, like that Dr. Welsing and then the Norm Stanford, to hear those chronologically can be instructive. Let's see. The only other thing I'll say really quick, and then other folks if they want to respond to the other questions about the voting and all the rest of it. As a plant-based eater, Ben & Jerry's is absurd. They market a product that is not healthy. I think even some of the white people that are affiliated with Ben & Jerry's who grew up eating ice cream talked about how it messed up their health and caused that they were sick a lot growing up because they ate ice cream all the time, and that sort of thing. That's in, I don't even remember the exact, I'll tell you in a moment. Diet for a Small Planet. Baskin Robbins. I got the ice cream mixed up. It's Diet for a Small Planet. Is one you can check out. Is it Fast Food? I think I might have messed the book. Diet for a Small Planet is really good. Fast Food Nation? Is it Fast Food Nation? I'll get the exact title once we get straight off the air. But there are a number of white people who have stepped forward to talk about dairy products are not good. They're especially not good for black people. That's Dr. Milton Mills. He's in the documentary film What the Health with Dr. Ruby Lathan. She's been a guest on this program many times. She also has talked about dairy and all that is not good. So for Ben & Jerry's to come out and they want to take this moment to put their pint down and, like they're concerned about black people, get out of here. And that goes for everybody. That's what I mean. It's so disgusting because white people, they can find ways to participate in this to just make it tacky, more confusing for victims of racism, white supremacy, whether they're saying white privilege or even if they do say white supremacy. They just find more ways of confusing us, even confusing us into thinking that there are some white people who are not racist and they're going to help us solve this problem, which I don't think is the case at all. But Greg Popovich, he's one of the worst suspected race soldiers. He always tries to come out and, oh yes, racism is a problem, and he'll do a lot of that racial focal pointing that it's Trump. President Trump is the problem. No, we had a lot of these riots and things when President Trump was not here. Matter of fact, I think Kendrick Johnson, President Obama was in the White House when that happened. So, I mean, yeah, this is way bigger than President Trump, Nike. Matter of fact, even SoundCloud. I went to share one of my archives yesterday, and they had a tacky blackout. Like it looked like somebody had done graffiti or just taken a black spray paint can and covered up the SoundCloud logo, and they had some sort of tacky little paragraph like, we're going to take our day and recognize that racism is a problem. We here at Sound, Where's my archive at? Like, you couldn't even, I think that was a part of their little tacky shtick, was that they were going to do a day without sound. Sound off, recognize the problem of racism. I couldn't even play my content that was dealing with racism because they're doing some tacky, publicity stunt. That's how I view all of that. It's total nonsense. Like, it's way more effective things white people could do. That's about as bad as them, saying, I'm going to go out here and kick a Confederate statue because of George Floyd. Yes, that's super constructive. The other folks who are with us with a hand up, if you have commentary, proceed.
Hey, I wanted to add the question I had forgot if nobody else is gonna. I don't want to take up extra time.
Well, there are other hands, so I don't know if they're just spectating.
Hello?
Greetings.
Oh, okay. We'll get our female caller first.
Hello. Thank you so much for taking my call. Sorry to the other people. I was going to wait till Friday because of workplace racism, but someone said about the big companies. I work for a big company. We got a big email about this is horrible, blah, blah, blah. They're going to have fireside chats. I'm like, you're not FDR, but whatever. So I can't wait. I'm going to try to go to this. Well, I mean, it's virtual because I got to hear this, what they really have to say. But, yeah, there are a lot of them saying stuff, and I'm like, yeah, okay. If they ask me what to do, I think I said this before, I have a fee. Because you have a problem and you want me to consult and give a solution. Consultants are expensive. My fee begins at $50 million. What else? Because I don't know what else I'm supposed to say. You talk about it. And there's a website that has some of the snippets from a lot of the CEOs who has something, Facebook, Apple, blah, blah, blah. And my, where I work, he's on here. Part of what he said to us is on here as well. And, yeah, they have, the Merck guys, they said the most powerful response came from the Merck CEO, but I believe the Merck CEO is black. So I guess that's why his is the most powerful. I don't know. But I do work for one of those big companies that said something. And I asked my students, because most of my students are black, because we had class today, and most of them work. So I did ask them if anybody seen anything where they work, because I was really surprised that I got mine, and they were like, "No, I'm the only black person." Blah blah blah. They were acting like things didn't exist, and I work and live in Georgia. Things have happened here, but no, I got something from the other job, and they're having a fireside chat. I got to be there for that. So that is what is happening here. Thank you.
So embarrassing. I don't even know what a fireside chat is. If folks remember when this was happening in, see if I got my years correct, 2015, Starbucks did their little tacky race talk thing. They were writing it up. They had a hashtag. They were writing it on the cups. I think this is after Freddie Gray in Baltimore. And they shut the stores down for a day, and they made their little that's Seattle. Starbucks headquarters right here in Seattle. Seattle tackiness right there. But they shut the stores down for a day. They flew Common up here to Seattle to come and talk about the nigger experience. Like, they get so tacky with it. When Nike and Starbucks and all the rest of the folk, the NBA and the NFL, like all they might even bring Colin Kaepernick back. Like, you were right after all, fella. Come back and grab a clip. Some of them even said that I saw that, where some of them came out, we need to stop and give an applause to old number 7. Colin Kaepernick tried to show us. In fact, let's all gather and take a knee. We'll take a knee for George Floyd and the other colored boys. Yes. Come on, man. Come on. We can solve this problem, or we can sit around and be symbolic and waste time. Retired firefighter.
Greetings, Gus. Greetings to all the callers and guests. was a live listener to probably all of Dr. Welsing's appearances, and I may not have asked a question, primarily because she is, and you gave her the opportunity to be so thorough in her discussions. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, some of them lasted 3.5 to 4 hours in some cases. Although, you know, there wasn't that much of a notice of time because there was so much of constructive dialogue that was going on in the reports. So the replaying of that was very important. Counter-racist codification needs to be developed to the point to where the practitioners, which are the victims of racist white supremacy, would be so precise and concise that they can predict their white codified racist opponent. White people are codified, and part of their codification we have been witnessing over the past week. They do have a kumbaya strategy. It's not new at all, where they would send their children, older children, out to mingle with the victim youth. Also, there's nothing more powerful than the old white woman crying in your church routine that takes place. White people know us very, very well through the process of establishing, expanding, maintaining, and refining the system of racism. They develop a great amount of knowledge of us and our behavior, and they know that all they have to do, no matter what they type of mistreatment they've done, is to get on their knees, plead, and they will get, in most cases, immediate reaction in their favor. I witnessed one that was texted to me, and you could just hear this non-white black female wailing in the background as this seemingly large group of white people knelt down in front of a group of non-white black people. It was almost like that symbolic scene of a male asking his quote-unquote female for marriage, and how that male would get down on his knee, that type of posture. That's what the white people did. And there was an immediate favorable reaction. It's absolutely sickening on how pitiful our collective understandings can be, more than I would like for them to be. I put it that way. I'm not the smartest person that you are listening to, but I think I am observant of some of the behavior when I do it or when I see it also, and I think that's what I was seeing at the point in time, and now they just get up and go back to their place and do what they're doing, or rest easily in the process, from that, because they know that they have accomplished the task, which is a lot of nothing. a lot of nothing, and then the business of racism, white supremacy continues. That's basically what basically was on my. I did some research over the course of time from the last time we met, and which is not unusual. Most of the deaths, if not all of the deaths, were non-white people. I counted up to 7, male and female. Even with law enforcement, the death was a black male on itself. It's just some of the thoughts that I had, some of the observations that I had. Protesting, even quote unquote something that is identified as peaceful with white people is non-productive. It's non-productive. I'm not even talking about the quote unquote violent acts that took place. I'm talking about even from the standpoint of being next to a white person. And if that white person is not in your presence and they're telling you the truth, or they are informing you of something of vast importance, more than likely they have no other business being in our presence at all. And that's all I can say right now, and I continue listening, and if I hear something that sounds like something to quote on, I would attempt to participate again. Thank you. I need to know what a lot of your callers are talking about.
Much obliged, retired firefighter. The business of white supremacy. Are there other folks that we missed totally that have a hand up, had commentary they wanted to make sure they got in?
Can I be heard? Can I be heard?
Let's see. We'll get our female caller first, then we'll get you, sir.
Right on. Thank you. Good evening. I just want to comment on the, I think what a firefighter in Florida, the retired firefighter from Florida was just saying about, I hope I'm saying it correctly, but I guess just pretending that they're for justice. And I'm not impressed. If you're classified as white, and all you can do is lay down on the floor with a black person, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed if all you can do is throw rocks. And I also want to make a report. So I was on this podcast with this white guy, and I'm on his, it's called like a Discord. I'm on his Discord server. And on his Discord server, my profile pic is the book, Neil Fuller's book, United Independent Compensatory Concept, Code System Concept book. And he says, I called into his program, he says to me, he saw my profile picture, and he couldn't tell what it was. So he ran it through a scanner 65 times to see what it was. And that he was very interested because he likes to collect data on his community. And what did he say? And then when he actually looked the book up, and then got the book, and then read a part of the book, and he was saying that he was surprised that the book came across so humanistic. So and this same person is telling me, or is trying to convince me, that he is a white ally, and he's also in a sexual relationship with a black male. And he's very refined. And at this point, he's no longer a suspect. And I found it very interesting that, he used the word data points. And, I'm like, it's like I'm a specimen. Basically. And the point that I want to make about the white people, especially I heard like Bush coming out and Governor Cuomo and all these white people who supposed to be, they're legislators, they can make laws and stuff, and all they're saying is, there's a problem. But it's obvious, but the thing is, nothing is done. And the pretension like something is going to be done. And also I would say, this false reality like racism is an American thing. Because I was speaking to a Canadian male, white male, and he was saying to me, like, if I think there's going to be a civil war in America, and I was asking, like, what does he mean? And he was saying, like, between the Democrats and the Republicans, and I'm like, the system that I'm talking about is the system of racism and white supremacy. So no matter who wins, that system continues. And that police officers are not police officers, but we just enforce the system, which is the system of racism and white supremacy. And I asked him, what's going on in Canada, how the system looks, in Canada. And he says, basically, there's no racism in Canada. They have free healthcare and such and such and such. I asked him about the Native people in Canada. And I said to him, you know what I think? I think majority of white people think that non-white people in society, wherever they are in society, that's where they should be. He said no. He said, ask about the Indians in Canada. He said, they're on reservations because that's where they want to be. And he agrees with them. And that's all I have to say. I didn't rant too much. Thank you for letting me share.
Scanned it 65 times. Wow. Dedication to racism, white supremacy. And then he went and got it and read it. Like, wow. Wow. Ignorant about racism. Isn't that what they say? What does Mr. Fuller go to the bottom of the ocean and examine one grain of sand? Said he scanned it 65 times. Not ignorant about racism. The male caller who spoke up simultaneously, thank you for your patience, sir.
Can I be heard?
Yes, sir.
Greetings, guys. Greetings to all the callers and the listeners. This is in Yame in Nebraska. I guess I got a few reports as to some of the events that transpired out here. I didn't catch the first few minutes of the broadcast, but regarding the young black male who was shot and killed by the bar owner in Omaha, Nebraska, the bar owner was questioned and immediately released by the law enforcement officers, but now they are considering gathering a grand jury to to scrutinize the matter more. But I think he has a lot of support, especially from the district attorney's office, that he has a case for self-defense. And okay, son. And I did attend one of the peaceful protest rallies at the state capitol building. I shared some photos and a video on Facebook. I didn't know what to expect other than there to be a lot of white people there, and I was not let down. There were a lot more white people than there were non-white people. And I did notice that this rally was supposed to be put together by Black Lives Matter, but the young gentleman who organized the rally, I was there when he was asked if he was a part of any organization, and he said that he was not with any organization, that he just put it together himself. This was a non-white male who likely has a white parent. And I did notice that during the rally, most of the speakers were white people, and a few were non-white people who seem as if they may also have a white parent. But I did think that I got a constructive clip that I shared was when one of the white males got up and he clearly stated that white people have been a problem for over 400 years, and made sure to ask him to repeat it, which he immediately did. He repeated that white people were the problem, so I think maybe that could have been the only thing of constructive value that I witnessed, and I shared that. Today, the police department in my city gathered with some of the community, so-called community organizers of non-white people, and they announced that they were putting together a Hold Police Accountable task force, which is supposed to involve the chief of police, some of the so-called community leaders, as well as, one of the organizers of this task force called me early this morning and asked if I had any specific input as how they would structure this. I tried to offer some constructive information as far as making sure we get something in writing, include the city council as well as the mayor's office, and whatever accountability is. I think you should define what accountability is, and whatever punishment you would give for any officer who will violate this contract, you know. But I noticed in the newspaper this evening that they published the article. It doesn't actually list what's in the agreement, what the policy entails. It doesn't actually list that. So I think that's possibly a lot of tackiness on the part of all the white people involved, that information would be missing. But they did happen to share a clip of police officers at this, they had a rally to announce this information to the public with a lot of non-white people, black people at the so-called community center here, and at some point they broke out with the Cupid Shuffle. They got a lot of clips of the police officers and black people dancing and doing the Cupid Shuffle, and I was pretty glad I didn't waste my time attending that. But, I guess that's all I have to share for now. But thanks for letting me share, and I'll move on. Thank you.
Wow. More dancing. Dr. Wellesley used to talk about that all the time. Less time dancing, more time reading, especially if it's going to be something that's being encouraged by race soldiers, badge or no. Appreciate the information down there in Nebraska. Just for, another comparison about how white supremacy racism works. I think in the audio that I heard where the white fella, racist suspect, when he said the problem is white people, they, yeah, that's right, woo, like they cheered and such. And he said it again. Did that happen? Did they cheer when he said the problem is white people?
Yes, that's something I failed to mention. I did notice the response was a lot of white people cheering and seemed to be very not ignorant about racism. So you're correct.
Yeah, said that a few times. Yours truly, my Facebook page is facebook.com/the problem is white people. Nobody ever cheers. So, that coon is so racist. That coon is why we can't end the problem of racism. The hate that gave birth to hate. Those are the type of things that they say when. That was one of the excuses that Blog Talk Radio gave. They said, you had that banner up there. It said, the problem is white people. That's just ridiculous. That's racist, and we're not going to promote that. Nobody said, right on, Gus T. That's awesome. That's such a great summation of exactly what we're dealing with. Way to just get right to the point and cut through all that. No. They don't say that. Other folks who had suggestions, comments that they wanted to get in, again, so thankful we could hear Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, again, in the archives a bunch, but that program specifically for what we are dealing with right now I thought was especially important. Any folks that we missed totally who had a hand up?
May I be heard?
Greetings, caller in Florida.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Greetings to the host, the listeners, and callers. I enjoyed listening to that sound clip. I do remember hearing that had it on my older music player, especially the part where I think she was making the analogy about how once white people are exposed for the racism they practice, I think they don't want to look at themselves as something like that. I thought that was very, very potent, and it was effective because I have seen that when I have dialogue with some of the white people on the job. They get very defensive. The comfort, they become very uncomfortable, and just by you just asking questions and using logic, they get into their emotions and everything. So a lot of constructive information shared. And as far as the protests, I agree. It does seem like a humongous display of emotions and not really much sharing of solutions and the actual culture of anti-blackness, because I'm looking at a lot of these images, the overhead images, and black people being next to white people, and people who don't, in my opinion, don't really engage with black people to that degree. And the moment that I do see it, at least from where I'm from, is especially when it comes to what they call the riots and stuff, destruction, vandalism, is resulting in a big insult to me. And then you get to the kneeling, and the person, the victim of racism, he died by someone having a knee on him. So it's like, what's being messaged here? You know, is this some kind of act of racism? Because, you know, I saw an image where Colin Kaepernick, he was doing the kneeling, and somebody compared it to the race soldier doing the knee on the black male victim, George Floyd. So it's all kind of ways where they're able to, in a slick way, in a suave way, be racist, and black people, through the hard conditioning and then practicing racism against us for generations, haven't been able to detect it or decipher it. So I really thank everybody on this program for helping me to develop my own knowledge and understanding, to be able to try to help other people out as much as I can who don't really have access to these kinds of this kind of audio, this kind of broadcast and resources to learn themselves. And one last thing I wanted to share is it was a race soldier on one of the news reports, and it looks like he was definitely exploiting the victims of racism, saying that, oh, you know what, you just gotta these people just want you to listen to them. You just have to listen to them. And you have these slideshow screenshots of him hugging on black people and high-fiving, right? Give me a high five. You know, no kind of constructive dialogue or anything. And then he said, all I got to do is just listen. He didn't say he was giving his point of view. He's just listening. All you got to do is listen, right? So, I mean, once you depart from the person you're listening to, for the most part, it's a high likelihood that you're going to be sharing some racist jokes that you have downloaded on your cell phone or something, or some racist edit of a rap song or a rock song or whatever. Like, there's all kinds of ways that they practice their culture of racism, and I just wanted to just share that. And thanks for this program.
Much obliged, caller in Florida. Thanks to everybody, all just sharing our views and hopefully helping each other get to solve this problem as soon as possible. Like, man, ASAP. The just listen, I think that's important because we try to emphasize, asking questions and getting out of the habit anytime really that you're around white people, job, or any other time. This is not the time to just be running off at the mouth. Whenever you're around someone that you think is classified as white, that is not the time to just talk. No, that's you ask questions. Not just talk. I mean, that's super easy. I don't have to do nothing. We don't even have to change anything. We don't have to make him any promises. Just listen. For real? Sure enough? Give me a pound. And that's all you got to do? I know how to control what I said before. Loud, angry, non-white people, the evidence, the track record is indisputable. Come to a conclusion on that one. They know how to handle loud, angry victims of racism. Got that. Even if it's a whole bunch of them, get 1,000, no problem. Got that covered. We don't need just say, really? Right? Give me a high five. Right there, brother. And they haven't done anything. And then you leave here, man, see, we need more officers like him. Stay in the house. Just stay in the house. Any other folks, comments, questions they wanted to ask or respond to, suggestions? Make sure folks are staying safe out there. There was, what did I see? I did see a report. I got the book, make sure. So it's Diet for New America by John Robbins. And I believe he is affiliated with the Baskin-Robbins ice cream family. And I think that is in one of the documentary films where he specifically talks about some of the health problems that he had growing up consuming a lot of ice cream, and that is not good for the immune system. But Diet for a New America. And I think there's a documentary based on that book too. You can check that one out. I was looking at the New York Times, and they have the Virginia governor plans to order Robert E. Lee statue removed. I'm under the impression that there are multiple Robert E. Lee statues in Virginia, not just one in the Commonwealth. So again, that's what I don't even know. Like, they did this in 2015 with Dylan Roof. I'm not even sure. Like, I think even in my most confused state, I still would have been looking like, wait a minute, George Floyd, they put a knee in his neck in Minnesota. We're going to take a statue down in Virginia of a racist who's been dead for almost 200 years. Are you going to pay black people? Like, are you going to get a black construction company to take the statue down so at least they make a few nickels and all this? Or, like, I do not understand. And this will get a lot of momentum. Like I said, people writing on my Facebook page. I'm always in the opinion, leave all of the white supremacist paraphernalia up until this problem has been solved. Then we can take it all down at once. But as long as we're in a system of white supremacy, let's make sure we're not confused about that. Leave all of that stuff as a reminder. That's been my opinion for years. Come to a conclusion on that. So we got to come to a conclusion on some things. At least for me, I've come to a conclusion on that one. It just causes confusion. They'll take down a few, and you got so many. Like, you take down that one, why not, the other 500? I mean, it's a whole lot of them in Virginia. Like, my goodness. It took them like 50,000 years to even change the state song from Carry Me Back to Old Virginia. And the knee in the back, make sure I get that into. I think that's important as well, symbolically, because they did do that. That was how George Floyd died. So then now we're all taking a knee, the same type of posture.
Different type of buns.
Okay. Here we go right here.
Man, it really is. It is absolutely perfect. I mean,
bladder activities.
One person injured in a shooting at the Galleria. Hello, I'm Xavier Walton. That shooting at the Galleria happened late this evening near the Shake Shack restaurant. The victim is in the hospital. The suspect still on the loose. Anelia Ruiz is at the scene with what she has learned about this incident tonight.
Happened at around 6:50 this afternoon. A very busy time for this area. Take a look. This is what the scene looked like today. Crime scene blocked off the area where the shooting happened. According to police, a fight broke out between several people right outside the Shake Shack in the Valet area. They say one man pulled out a gun and shot a man once in the leg. The man was taken to the hospital. They say he's in stable condition. As for the suspect, police say he took off in a gray sedan. They tell me they have video
A charger.
looking for the shooter. If you have any information, you're told to contact Crime Stoppers or the Houston Police Department.
Wow, we the busiest race. God damn. It's embarrassing, man.
And that's like one of the most upscale places in Houston. You know what I'm saying? And it can still go down inside the mall, outside the mall.
Christ. Let me refresh this mass shooting tracker to see if anything's happened since we've been on. Nah, no new mass shooting since the last one in Philly a couple hours ago. Woo! Dang.
Don't go to the mall.
Don't just
don't go
Hey, I
anywhere.
shop at Amazon, dog.
don't go anywhere.
He say he shop at
Amazon.
Yeah, me too.
And listen,
Watch out
here's
for
another
Craigslist too.
Here's another thing too. It doesn't matter what our profession is or how much money we are. That whole
Dallas police arrested 2 Louisiana men in connection to a murder on Greenville Avenue. 28-year-old Arias Jones and 21-year-old Tivion English are accused of shooting Cameron Ray.
Tivion English.
What's
that English? That's crazy.
Tivion.
This some man don't even speak English.
That's a new call.
And listen,
And starting at guard, Tivion English.
Osa said that he was in the town, and you said there was a lot of racial mixing going on.
Yeah,
I call bullshit, man, because these niggas look like they just stepped off a slave ship.
Mixed with another Sun person.
These niggas ain't mixed with nothing, man. Like this,
My nigga Aries Jones looked like a bass fish. He looked like a fish.
Where is
He
this?
kinda got
This
like a
is
fish face.
South Carolina.
This
Like
Dallas, man.
Like
Oh,
young
Dallas.
Kodak on
But
the
listen
right.
to the story. Listen to the story, though.
They
Listen
from Louisiana though. You know what I mean?
Listen to the story, though. It gets better.
A 20-year-old who was out with friends celebrating a birthday. Police making
They killed that. They killed this guy. Look at
On
that
his
guy's
birthday.
dead. That guy's dead on his birthday.
accused of shooting Cameron Ray, a 20-year-old who was out with friends celebrating a birthday. Police making the arrest days after releasing new surveillance video. People recognized Dallas Cowboys player Kelvin Joseph in that video. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager here now with the latest. Peyton?
It's her again.
Blake, Ray's family tells me the 2 arrests offer them a slight sense of relief. However, they feel there is more to this investigation. Ray's stepmother calling the Dallas Cowboys herself, trying to get answers.
It just feels crazy. It's a feeling I can't even describe.
Got the shirt.
It just doesn't provoke tears, though.
It's really weird that happened.
Yeah, a feeling I can't describe. The worst thing, but I'm not gonna cry about it.
Hey, who horse is that in the
I just see
background?
people out here,
The hair is crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
shit. Wow.
Man.
She look like a Trolls figure.
Now she got that hair to match the shirt. That's what she did.
True.
She got a diamond in her belly.
The blood of
Got
all
a
the
diamond in her
sun
belly
spilled.
button.
Yo, hey man.
This is crazy.
it just feels crazy. It's a feeling I can't even describe.
Oh shit! Her name is Wigfall. Her name is literally Wigfall.
Hold on, move the super chat. I gotta
Move the super chat.
Nah, man.
I gotta see this shit for
Move
myself.
that shit out the way.
Hold on, I promise you, my nigga. Her name is literally Wigfall.
Oh
No.
Promise you, my nigga.
No way.
It's better than Mr. Ed.
Her name is Wigfall. Kristen Wigfall. We can't do nothing right. She got a normal first name and then just fucked it up with the last name.
Oh damn.
God damn, Krista Wigfall. And then she come over here with the fucking 18 feet of fucking weave and shit.
And her son's name is Cameron Ray.
Yeah, and they never had the same
last name.
Never.
Lord have mercy.
I just see people out here,
She's
mingling
smiling
around.
and shit. Why she smiling?
Yeah, the way she's smiling, like she being interviewed for Cosmo or some shit like that.
Oh, she's just happy to be there.
It's my time. I'm on TV, mama.
It just feels crazy. It's a feeling I can't even describe.
Yeah, you
I
know,
just see
it's
people out
the
here,
feeling
you know,
of dick and attention. She
mingling
can't
around.
describe it.
Look like they're enjoying their day, just like those kids were trying to do.
Krista Wigfall stands outside OT Tavern in Lower Greenville, just feet away from where her 20-year-old stepson Cameron Ray of Athens, Texas, was shot and killed. A month after Ray's murder, a break in the case. Saturday, Dallas police announced 28-year-old Arius Jones and 21-year-old Tivion English of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, turned themselves into investigators.
To be able to sleep and go day by day, knowing what had happened and not saying anything.
Back on March 18th, Ray and his friends were out celebrating a birthday off Greenville Avenue.
Okay, so this is the guy that was at the club. That other picture of him with his fucking graduation gear don't represent him. This is him.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
But you saw it because he was throwing up the peace sign. So, you know,
What's the ring finger down? Look at the ring finger down, though. What is that?
Yeah, that's some gang
What does that
shit.
mean?
That's some gang shit, man.
You know what I mean?
In the graduation picture he showed it. Look at it. That's same man. Peace.
That's a peace.
But it really ain't no peace.
He said peace.
Anything
I'll
but
leave
peace.
you
But it
in
really ain't no
pieces.
peace, though.
Peace, but I'll leave you in pieces, nigga.
Yeah, that's him. That's him. Yeah, you can see the difference in his face. His countenance is different. You know,
Yeah,
he looked like he hardened.
He said, "Fuck all that graduation shit."
That's 2 years. That's 2 years out of high school
Yeah, look at this. He looked fresher His
and
face looked
fatter.
fresher.
Like he was
Yeah.
eating.
You
Like
know,
he was eating more meals.
He would have been
lean,
good.
lean.
He would have been good because he know how to code switch.
Nah, that nigga. Once you
We don't
switch
know
this
that.
way, you can't get back, man.
Yeah, we don't know that. Yeah.
You know, like coach, we can't reverse course. We can't do none of that shit, man.
Knowing what had happened and not saying anything.
Back on March 18th, Ray and his friends were out celebrating a birthday off Greenville Avenue. Surveillance shows a man smoking and walking past Ray and his friends. The man says something and then throws the first punch. A fight starts. Eventually, Ray and his friends start walking to their car when a black SUV speeds past them and starts shooting. Detectives say both Jones and English fired shots from inside the black SUV, killing Ray.
It's a relief, but it's not enough.
Also in the SUV at the time of the deadly shooting.
That's one hard-looking son, man, right there, man. He did it. He guilty, man. That nigga, that's the nigga play for the Cowboys. Look, listen, man. They talk about how like poverty. Listen, it's not poverty, man. Nigga play for the fucking Cowboys. This is just the son man culture, man.
It's a relief, but it's not enough.
Also in the SUV at the time of the deadly shooting, Dallas Cowboys cornerback Kelvin Joseph, according to his attorney. During this week's trackdown on Fox 4, Dallas police released video asking for help in identifying 6 men they believe were involved in the shooting. One of them seen wearing a necklace reading YKDV. The Cowboys cornerback is also an aspiring rapper with the name YKDV Bossman.
Oh shit!
Fucking idiot.
No matter what, they just can't leave it alone.
Jesus Christ!
They just can't leave it alone.
Oh my God, we're the worst race ever, man. Like, we're the worst ever.
Think about it. You got a chance of a lifetime, and you still trying to impress people on the bottom. That's crazy.
Y'all want to see some of his raps?
Of course.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be terrible.
Oh my God, man.
No, this nigga was a rapper.
Yeah, the nigga's a rapper. Oh my God.
I guarantee he did better rapping gifts.
I'm gonna man. Look, man.
Oh,
let's see, man.
If it's hard, it's hard though.
Now this nigga represents a National Football League team. if I'm the Jerry Jones and I know that this is what my player is doing when he's not at the facility, that's terrifying, man.
Oh shit.
Think about that paper, only real relate. Started off with showing love and I seen fake. Thought I gambled with my life and it wasn't no taking me. And I know when grandma cried, that just means she prayed for me. Same one talking down, be congratulate. It get wicked in the trenches, I've been moving pacing. For the hard times, you sit there whining, we can't cry about it. When I lost my brother, walked the rain, then it started storming. Straight out the mud with no grudge, that just made it feel like I gotta be the one. Cause I made it through the storm, through the rain and the struggle. They still tell me I'm the one. Inside the deal, then I got some bugs. But if I lose it all, tell me who gon' show me love. Trying to see what's real, yeah. And the farms, we caught them M's in it. I know you tired, I apologize. You ain't gotta cry, I'm a boss, you know how to.
Hey, that shit slick. I mean, it's workable.
Hey,
no, it's straight. It's straight.
Hey, Gen Z, that shit is hard. It's hard to listen to. Man, fuck that shit.
It didn't do anything for me.
It's not like all the rest of the shit. It sounds like
I wasn't moved. I was moved, but I wanted to move away.
See, Gen Z 26. You gotta remember, Gen Z 26 though.
I just turned 27, so
okay, you're 27 now. So
I'm an OG now.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere for your birthday. Don't go anywhere.
That nigga was in the club last night, man. What the fuck you talking about?
I was. Oh shit.
Still with me. Think about that paper, only real relate. Started off with showing love.
Oh shit, that's dude.
That's the nigga who shot him.
Whoa!
We just solved it, y'all.
They're all together.
It's over with.
What about the guy in the back? Is that the other one?
Hey man,
where's TV on thing at? Is that TV on thing?
I can't, man.
Hey man, we just solved the case, man. Y'all hit that super chat.
Oh, that's TV out there right there.
Yo, it was.
I'm dying, man. I'm dying.
Hold on, time out, man.
Hey, we just saw the case, man. Y'all hit that super check, cash out, PayPal. Y'all hit that.
Send that shit to the department.
Problem solved. Next.
Hold on, man. Time out, man.
They got a cash reward out.
Time out, man.
Call the tip line.
Somebody tag the FBI.
That's Aries right there. That's TV on TV. What's his name? TV, some shit.
TV dinner.
Tivion, yeah.
TV Johnny.
This nigga right here, man. God damn. This nigga hanging with killers. I'm man, shit.
No matter whether you come from a single mother, 2-parent household, or anything like that, man. The trash culture that we've cultivated is going to engulf you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And you can tell, you can look at him. He's different though. His body type is so much different than that. He brolic and shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He brolic. These other niggas just skinny. And
niggas
shit.
on perks.
You can tell he really work out and eat right and all that shit. And he's still up in this shit. God damn.
And they malnourished and shit.
Yeah, they all
55 cents a day.
Them niggas on perks and Vienna sausages.
This nigga brolic. Look at the shoulders. Look at the shoulders.
Ramen.
Brolic as shit, man. And damn, man, he's throwing this shit away, man. He might get away with this one because he ain't shoot, but he was in the car.
Started off with showing love and I seen fake. Felt I gambled with my life and it wasn't no taking me. And I know when grandma cried, that just means she prayed for me. Same ones talking down, be congratulate. It get wicked in the trenches, I've been moving pacing. For the hard times, you sit there whining, we can't cry about it. When I lost my brother, walked the rain, then it started storming. Straight out the mud with no grudge, that just made it so. And I know, Got some niggas round trim and get back. And I know niggas doing time that they can't get back. Don't speak on certain pain, cause we be trying to forget that. Spot them, then you hit like, that. What's the number? Shouldn't be more than 10. If it is, then we can split that. No, we can't be more than like your intentions don't fit. Say don't touch that stove, it's hot, still did. I'm a little stubborn ass nigga, I need to quit it. I admit.
Hold on, is that nigga Tivion?
I don't think so. It might be. I'm trying to figure out because
he looks similar.
He got the hood on.
Yeah. But
Nah,
I think his hair.
that ain't him.
The nose, because the nose is so prominent on Tivion.
Yeah.
Nah, that ain't Tivion. Tivion's.
Hey, that nigga was sliding on that bitch, though.
Yeah, no, I mean, don't get me wrong.
He's sliding.
They doing their thing, but I'm not into this new age rap. But I've heard enough of it to know that this is a nice song. But
it should go up.
Get time for a bit, get out of line, cause niggas dying for attention. No one that got took on a long ride behind the bench. Don't be blind to them.
Let me see if I find TV out there and another one, man. TV.
Why you selling out, Ak? Why you selling out, solving so much crime so quickly, huh?
Right,
yeah.
That song all right though. Nah, that song was good.
Yeah, that shit go hard.
That joint slap. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That joint slap. Like it's not typical. He remind me like Roddy Ricch. Like I like Roddy Ricch.
Yeah, they flow a little. They flowing on that bitch. Especially the second nigga.
I done seen a lot of shit. I done made a lot of profit. I done seen a lot of shit.
The production just trash.
I done seen a lot of shit.
There go my man again, man. That's his right hand. Well, if that's his right hand man, you know, he gonna shoot for him, man. I can't knock him for that, but the dudes had walked to the my problem with this shooting is not that his man rolled for him, whatever, because I mean he definitely not supposed to let him do it. But here's my thing: the dudes they got to a fight with, right? They got in the fight. They went back to their car. Them dudes left. They could have kept going,
right?
If they weren't in danger, they weren't in imminent danger. You dig what I'm saying? If you look at the shooting, because if you look at the shooting, these niggas didn't have to do that shit.
That nigga Aries was like, man, fuck that, bro. We gotta go back.
Then they gotta make a statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, like let me get to shooting. Here go right here. All right.
The nigga ain't playing.
Day off Greenville Avenue. Surveillance shows a man smoking and walking past Ray and his friends. The man says something and then throws the first punch. A fight starts. Eventually, Ray and his friends start walking to their car when a black SUV speeds past them and starts shooting. Detectives
You
say
see what I'm saying? Like these niggas ain't in danger right here.
Right.
They don't have to. They
could have just kept going.
Yeah, or they could have went another way. They rolled past this way to shoot at them niggas. They could have drove in the other direction.
They had to make a statement.
Oh man.
So this is and listen, man, don't get me wrong, man. I've been around, so I get it. Your man, he the rapper, he the ball player, he the bag, and you a street nigga and you gonna ride for him. I get that. You love him and shit. I get all that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna sit here and play dumb. But
some unnecessary shit though.
That was they didn't have to do that. That wasn't like running up on the bag, niggas running up on them. I'm shooting to get them up out of here. We pinned down or some shit. This some like hunting. These niggas hunting.
Yeah, that's the type of nigga he really just shot just to shoot, just to be like, oh, I'm a shooter. You know?
Yeah,
exactly. It was just a statement. It could have been women and children out there.
He probably ain't even want to hit nobody. He probably wasn't even aiming at nobody. He just the shit just let off and it hit somebody.
Or he was. Or it was just a drive-by.
Yeah, it's
black SUV speeds past them and starts shooting. Detectives say both Jones and English fired shots from inside the black SUV, killing Ray.
It's a relief,
But
but
how close those
enough.
shots hit
Also
to
in
the
the
SUV. Like
they was lighting that shit up though too.
But the shots were so close to the SUV, like they can't hit nothing, man. Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, this was not only premeditated, but this was like they stalked these niggas and hunted them down. It's gonna be hard, and I don't get me wrong, they're not snitching now, but Listen, man, they gonna throw these some time at these. Oh my God, this is ugly for the Cowboys, man. It is all. You notice how many Cowboys is like. No matter, it's something about the organization. They always have players that do stupid shit like this.
Yeah.
Like
But see, the best talent comes from these type of environments, these communities. So
That's
they'll
also
never
true.
stop. They'll just go get another guy.
Well, I'm not gonna say the best talent comes from the communities. I'm gonna say a lot of talent because, like for instance, like if you take the best players in the NBA, let's just look at today, right? LeBron James came from this area, but he had to go to St. Mary, St. Vincent to get molded. Kevin Durant came from this type of area, had to go to Montrose Christian to get molded.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler came from this area, had to go live with the white people. Remember the white,
Dwight Howard went to Greater Atlanta Christian.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is they come from these communities, so they have a certain type of hunger and certain type of work ethic, but they can't let that type of activity go.
But it's not even that.
What I'm
Let me tell you what it is. It's that they son men. Like, listen, I was good at sports.
Genetics.
Like nigga, I could play sports. Also, you can play sports. I don't know if but I mean no
yeah, I played basketball in high school.
Yeah, like I mean, like I could have went to college and played. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I was on some stupid shit. But if I had to do all over again, I would have turned out a lot different. But what I'm saying is like, man, like it's just they niggas. It ain't about hunger. It's just that they niggas and they're good at, and a lot of them can't play sports. But if you take 100 niggas, you won't find a bunch of athletes in that.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like a lot of the niggas on the football team, like a lot of it is talent. Like it's not even that they work hard or they work harder than the next nigga.
Yeah.
It's talent, and then the coach, the coach wants to see them excel, so he put them in a position to excel, especially if they a high recruit. Like it's all about getting film, and they gonna put you in that position, and them niggas rise up to the occasion. I ain't gonna lie, they do, because even if they don't work hard in practice, a lot of them niggas rise to the occasion just because. Like they know that, I'm a bullshit my way through this, but when it's the game, I ain't trying to get embarrassed. That's really what it is, honestly.
I mean, no doubt it's genetics, and it's something in them ramen noodles and them mayonnaise sandwiches that make them brothers go a little harder.
Yeah.
Well, they definitely want to get rich quick.
It's the money too. That's a big thing. Like you think, look at this cat who he was hanging with. Like what he would be doing full time, because he's still doing it. But what he would be doing full time if he wasn't at practice, team meetings, on flights, media obligations.
That's a 40-hour-a-week job. More than that.
Still made it out of property. I thank the Lord I eat my knees. I'm still praying for some better days. I thank the Lord in my knees. So watch out, protect me from the fate. And I know my minds, I don't do no fucking plan. Gun smoke with round fields come up on my land. No lie, I done seen a lot of shit, ain't just saying. No lie, I can't testify if I get your hands. I been really chillin', I ain't trying to be on other shit. So with the organ, all that fuss, I can't waste no time with it.
And the dangerous thing about being an athlete is that the street niggas going, he a football playing ass nigga. Like they really, they don't respect.
Sometimes, if you like this cat right here, you would see it in his face. He ain't no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he ain't no, but yeah, I get what you said. Most of the time, yeah, but I think.
A nigga not from his hood, that's that football playing ass nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the niggas around him will give him hella respect, but the niggas from other hoods, he a football playing ass nigga. He ain't trying to lose it all.
In the first verse, he said, in the first song, he said that his brother got killed. So like, he probably come from a family, you know what I'm saying? And his brother already been killed in the street, so he took the football route. You know what I'm saying? And his brother probably was deep in the streets, you know what I'm saying? And he the one that just, barely made it out. He probably barely. This nigga probably barely made. Look at these niggas. You can't be hanging around these niggas. You can't be hanging around with these niggas and just be. He barely made it out. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't even make it that far.
Man, look. There's not going to be another Shaq. You're not going to be able to have a successful basketball career and rap career and movie career at the same damn time. So a lot of these guys really need to give it up.
There could be another Shaq, but here's the thing though. It could be another Shaq. But like was Shaq doing he had songs with Wu-Tang on it, but was Shaq like hanging? Was Shaq had it? Was it his boys? Like, see the thing about Shaq, he rapped with industry niggas, right? Peter Guns and all them niggas. But these niggas is from this nigga hood. This nigga used to hang with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, the rap today is not like the rap of the 90s. In the 90s, you had a lot of gangster rappers that really wasn't gangster. They were just poets that, you know, rapped about the streets, but they really wasn't in the streets like that. Like Ice Cube wasn't no street dude.
Not at all.
I think he took a bus to a school that was outside of the projects and things like that too.
A little bit though. Ice Cube wasn't even a little bit of street dude. Like, you know how you like some dudes, you know, a little dibble dabble. Ice Cube was like not even a factor at all, like zero factor. But he was talented though. Look how talented he was. Look how good of a rapper he was. He was a great rapper.
Tupac wasn't no thug. Tupac was an intelligent dude. He went to art school. That's where he met Jada Pinkett at. You understand what I'm saying? This wasn't no thug. This was an intelligent individual. He took on the persona of a thug. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's a better artist than he is a rapper. Biggie is a better rapper. Tupac is a better artist.
Talented dudes, man, but they was talented. But at that time, the way for black men to best express their talent was that way, and niggas took it. And now this generation has taken it to a different level where you really like, even if you like think about it, even if you were like some of these young rappers, even if these niggas not about it, being in the rap game, you gonna be about it because niggas gonna shoot at you. Ain't no rapper out here that's not gonna get in some deadly, life-threatening altercations as on their come up, just getting out of their city. I'm not talking about once you on the main scene with everybody from all the different cities, but just coming out of your city is gonna be a many life-threatening situations.
See, understand something. Like back in the day, it was the talented dude that was the rapper. Today, the fact that rap is so trash, you have the guys in the games that's the actual shooters that are the rappers. King Von was a shooter, but he could be successful in the rap game today because the rap game today is trash. So he could be a rapper, but at the same time, he really
I ain't even like King Von.
Hold on. King Von, his storytelling ability was very.
It was okay. It was okay.
I mean, he was decent. He was decent, but his storytelling ability wasn't on no Pac level, wasn't on no Scarface level.
It don't have to be, but it don't have to be.
That nigga was Scream on the track.
Yeah, these niggas don't have to be on Pac level. These niggas gotta be on Kodak level.
That's my whole point. I don't have to be on
also,
that
real
level.
chick.
You don't have,
King Von really should have dumbed it down.
That's it.
Yeah, King Von really should have dumbed it down.
Oh yeah,
he was doing too much.
Shit was dumbed down to me. I liked it though, but
well, yeah, it was dumbed down, but it was like, you know, I like certain features that he hopped on, but I couldn't listen to a full song of his, honestly.
I ain't gonna lie, I liked him, but I recognize what was happening though. The real shooter that should have been on the side of Pac could be Pac. You know what I'm saying?
The reason why he got so popping is because he had bodies. Honestly, I don't even think, and he was cousin with Lil Durk.
He was a serial killer,
right?
Yeah, man.
It had nothing to do with his bars, though.
Hey guys, man. salute to everybody, man, for showing up, man. Salute to Jimmy. Salute to everybody, man, for matching Jimmy. Salute to all you guys joining the panel, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Tuesday 9:30, man. Peace out.
Peace.
Hey man, thank you for these Sunday and Monday shows, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank Jimmy, man. Peace.
Take care.
And context, because the context of her visit at that time is almost identical to the context of what we're in right now. Wow, it's going to sound like she is talking to us live and direct, as though Dr. Welsing was here with us on this, slowly creeping into summer June day, just the context.
Drop the bag, Taylor. Go on, Snake. Go on, man. Taylor, drop the